Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Emma, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about some of my bookish tattoos. I honestly think this might be my most requested video, like, of all time. Like, one of the results when you search my name on YouTube is Bookish Tattoos, and I haven't made a tattoo video yet, so I hope it's worth the wait. Part of the reason why I was waiting to make this video for so long is because I wanted my 5th tattoo to be in this video, but I don't know when that's gonna happen, and I kind of want to just like stop putting it off. So we have my 4 tattoos currently. All of them are book related. There's no other particular reason other than like I love books so much. But without further ado, let's get to talking about my tattoos. So my first tattoo is on my left inner forearm, and that is my iratze tattoo. I had gotten this tattoo for my 18th birthday, so I got it in April of 2014. Like I said, the iratze is from the Mortal Instruments series, which is my favorite book series of all time. I got this tattoo in high school when the Mortal Instruments was like a really crucial anchor for me. In a very short period of time, the Mortal Instruments absolutely transformed my life, and one day I'll definitely tell the full story, but they had become extremely meaningful to me very, very quickly, and it just felt right at the time to get a tattoo dedicated to this series. So the reason I chose the iratze is because it is the rune for healing. When Shadowhunters apply it to themselves, it is able to heal their wounds, and as somebody who has suffered with mental health issues since I was a very young kid, it felt the most fitting for me to have a tattoo to represent my recovery. If you're new to my channel and did not already know, I have been dealing with an eating disorder and major depressive disorder since I was very young. I'm no stranger to self-destructive behaviors with everything that went into my eating disorder. I used to self-harm a lot. Suicidal ideation was a huge part of my life. And so I figured getting the iratze would just be a symbol of how far I've come from that and how I've started my own process of healing. Although in the books the iratze only heals physical injuries, I felt that I could really relate it to my mental injuries, and it felt right in the moment to have something that represented that to me. I also chose to get it in my preferred area of self-harm at the time, not only to represent that like this is a place that I have moved past, but also that anytime I looked down and had felt those urges after getting that tattoo, I would recognize what it meant to me. So in the original stages of planning this tattoo, I had wanted the rune to be outlined in white, because once a rune has like done what it's supposed to and it has stopped working, it fades to a white scar. And so I was going into it originally with this mindset that like, well, I'm in recovery, I'm basically recovered, so every time I look at that, it'll be a reminder that I have recovered. But I decided that I didn't like using the past tense of recovered, because I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know where I'm going to be in 2 days from now, let alone 2 years or 20 years. And I felt that if I had gotten this tattoo that said like I'm recovered, I would inevitably feel bad about it, because, you know, relapse does happen. It happens to everyone who deals with issues like this. So I was afraid that if I had gotten this tattoo that spread the message of I'm recovered, if I ever did relapse again, which I have since getting this tattoo, it's a part of recovery, I knew I would feel bad looking at that and saying, well, like I used to think I had recovered, but I really didn't, and now it's just like this mocking reminder of the fact that I'm not actually recovered. So I had decided to get it in black, as it would be on a Shadowhunter skin if they were still using it and it was still providing some of that help to them, because I wanted it to represent that I'm still recovering, I'm in recovery presently, and I don't know what the future is going to be like for me, but every time I look down at that, I know that I have this really meaningful symbol to me that like I can do this, like I'm in healing, I will heal. Even if I'm not totally healed right now, like there is a day where I will be healed, and although my rune won't actually turn to a white scar in the future, that's what it represents to me. Moving on to my second tattoo, I got it about a year later in May of 2016, and this one is on my right bicep. It is in Latin, and I do not speak Latin, so I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, but it says Flectere Siniquio Superos Acronta Movebo, and essentially it is another tattoo inspired by the Mortal Instruments series. The second line of this quote can be found on Sebastian Morgenstern's bracelet, and in English it translates to if I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell. Now, although I associate this tattoo with the Mortal Instruments series and it is within the pages of City of Lost Souls, which is my favorite book of all time, it is not originally written by Cassandra Clare. It is originally from like Dante or Virgil, or I don't remember who exactly wrote the original quote. There are also like a lot of different interpretations of it. Some of them say, if I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell, which is what I associated with. If I cannot bend the heavens above, I will move hell. There's another translation that's like, if I cannot deflect the will of superior powers, I will move the river Acheron, which I think might be the original translation. There's a lot of different ways people say it, and that's fine. When people ask me what it means in English, I personally say, if I cannot move heaven, I will raise raise hell because that is how it is written in the book that I got it for. But like I said, City of Lost Souls is my all-time favorite book. No idea why, don't ask me to explain it, I can't. It just is my favorite book of all time. And Sebastian Morgenstern is my favorite villain of all time. Like I said, the second line is a part of his bracelet that he wears in City of Lost Souls. So like it is hard for me to explain why City of Lost Souls is my favorite book of all time, it's hard for me to explain exactly why I chose this tattoo. For some reason, this quote has always stood out to me. Like, I've always loved the Latin influence on the Mortal Instruments series, but this one has always been one of my favorites. In Christmas of 2013, I had got my own set of the Mortal Instruments series for the very first time, and I had also ordered like a custom bookmark from Hebel Design that had this quote on it. So it has definitely been a significant quote to me all throughout my love of the Mortal Instruments series. I wouldn't necessarily say I intentionally got this tattoo for Sebastian Morgenstern, but after I had decided to get it and I had been explaining this tattoo to a lot of people, I realized like how accurately "If I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell" describes Sebastian Morgenstern. Like, it really captures the complexity and the layers of his characters, which is why I love him as a villain so much. And I think it is just so cool that this one quote that Cassandra Clare didn't even write is like so on the nose with how to explain his character. So I don't want to go into exactly why I feel like this quote fits Sebastian Morgenstern so quickly. That would involve going into his backstory, and I don't really want to spoil it for anyone. But part of the reason why it's so special to me is because it really does encompass his character, and I really liked that. I also really liked that I got it in a typewriter font. I know most people that I know that have quote tattoos always have it in script, and I had seen someone online have a typewriter tattoo and I was like, I want that. So that's why I picked the font. So all around, it's just another tattoo that I love. I love the font of it, I love the placement, I love the meaning of it, I love the association I have with it. It's not like the most meaningful tattoo in the world to me. There are definitely ones that are like more important to me in a sentimental way, but this one was fun and I really like it. So, you know, that's that tattoo. Tattoo number 3 is probably my absolute favorite, and it is the tattoo that I have on my left shoulder blade that says "Words have the power to change us," and it is in Cassandra Clare's handwriting. So obviously, if you can't tell, I like the Shadowhunter Chronicles. This is not a quote from the Mortal Instruments series, it's actually from the prequel, the Infernal Devices series, and the full quote is, "One must be careful of books and what is inside of them, for words have the power to change us." I really picked it because I love the quote and what it means to me. The simple answer is I chose this quote because words have changed me. I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for the books that I've read. The Shadowhunter Chronicles have been such a huge influence on my heart. Like, I am the person I am today because of Cassandra Clare's books, and I truly believe that I am a changed person after experiencing these stories. And this isn't exclusive to Cassandra Clare books, like all books. Books have been such an anchor for me. They have been there when nobody else has. They are the reason I continue to fight every single day, and I believe that that quote just like is a summation of my life because words really have changed me. So I had gotten this tattoo idea in 2015 as well, and in October of 2015 I had gotten tickets to see Cassandra Clare and meet her for the second time. So when I had the opportunity to meet her, I had no idea when I was going to meet her again, so I knew that was my time to ask her to write out this quote for me on a piece of paper so I could have it transferred and tattooed on me. So at the event, I had pulled out the sheet of paper. I had just asked her, I don't know if this is weird or anything, but would you be willing to write out "Words have the power to change us" so that I could get it tattooed on me? She was totally cool with it and did it immediately, and I'm so grateful that she did. The reason it's really special to me is because, like, the Mortal Instruments, like I said, is my favorite series of all time. It has had one of the biggest influences on my heart, and I really wanted this quote that was about books changing me to come from the hands of the creator whose words have changed me as a person. So for a few months, I treasured that little slip of paper that Cassandra Clare wrote for me. I brought it to my tattoo artist and they transferred it to my back exactly. Like, it is like Cassandra Clare took a Sharpie and wrote it on my back. I'm so happy with it. There's no special reason for the placement. My sister had told me that she was considering getting a tattoo there, and I wanted to get one there first because I thought it was a cute placement. But I'm really happy with it. It's very simple. Like, you wouldn't really notice it necessarily if it wasn't being shown, and it's just like so special to me. Like, it's like this woman who has meant the world to me is always with me, and it's really special. And then we get to my final tattoo, which is my first Harry Potter tattoo, and that is the Deathly Hallows symbol behind my right ear. It is really the experience that means the most to me about this tattoo, as opposed to like the tattoo itself. Obviously, it represents Harry Potter, which is the love of my life. Harry Potter has been with me since I was a very young child. I have lost count of how many times I've read it. I read it in French. Harry Potter means so much to me, and I'm so happy that I have a piece of this story that has changed my life on my body forever. Harry Potter is a huge reason as to why I am as big of a reader as I am today, and I'm so thankful for everything this story has done for me that I can't verbalize into words. It is just like a huge like anchor in my life, and I'm so grateful that it exists. So I have no idea why I was putting it off for so long, but as Book Expo America 2016 was approaching, I was getting ready to travel to Chicago and spend a week with my very best friends in the world, surrounded by books. A couple of us decided that we wanted to get Harry Potter tattoos together. So myself, Sarah from Sarah Without an H, Monica from She Might Be Monica, and Kat from Katie-tastic decided to all go to get Harry Potter tattoos together during the convention, and my very best friend Michael Bookline tagged along. So I had decided to finally get the tattoo I had been waiting for like 7 years at this point, and it was a really good experience to do it with friends. Sarah ended up getting a very minimalist tattoo with Harry Potter's glasses and the lightning scar. Monica got a wand, and then Kat got a snitch, and it was just a really nice experience to be there with friends in Chicago at a book convention getting some bookish tattoos. So not only when I think of this tattoo do I get to think about all that Harry Potter has done for me and how much I love that series, but I also get to think about the amazing times I've spent with these friends that went with me to get this tattoo. So all of my expectations for getting this tattoo were totally different than the outcome. I got it so much later than I had originally anticipated. I got it in a different state than I had anticipated. I got it with friends, and it was definitely different than the original design, but overall I'm extremely happy with it. So that is really it for my video on my current bookish tattoos. Hopefully in the future I will have a couple more that I can make another video on, but I've had the best time chatting with some of these pieces that mean so much to me with you guys. If you have any bookish tattoos of your own or any tattoos that you want to share with me in the comments, definitely let me know below. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon for a new video. Bye!